violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Are on the rise in Birmingham, up in 3 of the 4 precincts in the Magic City and by more than 50% in the North Precinct alone. And
Tristan Rupert joins us now live from the car. Tristan, how is BPD stressing that we can protect our very own cars?
Car break-ins are up. You guys know that I experienced a car break-in personally, so I am very well aware. Now, this is in Alabama. I want to talk about Alabama for a little bit because we just saw Alabama lose to Tennessee, and there was a very interesting thing that went down during that game that we're going to cover later on in this premiere. But it just appears that this lawlessness, this idea of no consequences from the legal system is spreading everywhere, and you get the sense that you can't really feel comfortable, you can't really feel safe anywhere in the States, man. Or there are some places in the cut that you could probably feel safe, but it's tough.
Catherine, it's about eliminating the opportunities for thieves to steal your valuables, and it's a message that the department is really going to push hard for all drivers over the next few months.
We have a lot of people that are frequenting downtown, attending sporting events, and we want them to be mindful of how they can make themselves less of a target.
Make themselves less of a target. Ain't no way.
Firearms, one of the most common items that are stolen out of cars. But by simply writing down important information, you can make it easier on cops to locate any that fall into the wrong hands.
We need to know the make, model, serial number, and the caliber. The serial number is very important because we need to enter the firearm as stolen.
And this is the sergeant. This This is Birmingham, Alabama, guys. Birmingham, Alabama. And the police sergeant is Monica Law, a sister. We got representation, even in the South, but I don't know what y'all talking about. We're out here, okay? This is a political position, whether you agree or not. This is a high seat, okay, in the police department. And she's basically giving us the debrief on how you can, you know, if your strap gets stolen from your car, how you can help the police out to make sure that it doesn't do any harm to the citizens. I mean, look, and I haven't really looked into Birmingham like that. I know that, you know, there's a lot of bodies dropping. So I'm not really sure why it is, if it's on her or if it's on the mayor or district attorneys, the courts, the judges. I'm not really sure. But I hope that I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she is definitely trying to solve these issues in the community. But you can't say that we're not represented on damn near all fronts. Every city we go to, we're represented. And Birmingham is supposed to be a traditionally racist city, but the police sergeant is a sister, so.
Need to enter the firearm as stolen.
But firearms are not the only things thieves are taking. And Sergeant Law says we must do more to protect our belongings.
I want to stay away from victim blaming, but I do want us to be aware of our surroundings. If we make something appear enticing to a would-be thief.
How can you make something appear enticing? That the language that she's using, I want to stay away from victim blaming, but, you know, don't have nice things. That's different.
they're going to take advantage of that opportunity.
Sergeant Law used my work car as an example to show what may catch a thief's eye.
So right in the center console, you see a dollar bill. While that might not be a lot to some people, to a would-be thief, that might be a lot, or it might make them believe that there's more available. And then right here on the seat, there's a jacket covering a bag. I don't know what kind of bag that is, but they might assume that that's a purse or a backpack, something that has something valuable in it.
Catherine, I can tell you it was a computer bag, and it's now going to go in the back of the trunk. The cash is going to go in my pocket if I can get it in there. But the point is that it's all about eliminating the valuable items from sight. That's why they recommend either you put it in the trunk where it's out of sight.
I mean, and that's kind of common sense. I agree, but at the same time, why do you have to do all that? It's crazy.
Or take it with you. And of course, the tip above all else, and perhaps we should all keep in mind, is it's as simple as locking your car. Reporting in Birmingham, Tristan Rupert, WBRC, Fox.
Well, they're breaking windows, so locking your car ain't really gonna do much.
6 News on your side.
We do have some breaking news right now to tell you about. Birmingham police are investigating an overnight shooting. It happened in the 100 block of 3rd Avenue North near the Empire Gentlemen's Club. We don't have a lot of...
So that's a shooting outside a strip club. And apparently it was a sister who did this. I don't know if she was stripping. I don't know if she was going there to throw ones or being entertained. But it was a 20-year-old sister. I might even read the article for you guys. And, you know, she just crashed out. She just crashed out. And she was basically denied the youth offender status, so she is going to be tried as an adult. So like I said, man, we have a community full of people who are just ready to crash out over petty arguments. I'm sure it was not worth throwing your life away, but that's what's going on. These super sister gremlins are on demon time.
The details right now, but we do know they are investigating a shooting. As soon as we get more information about that, we will alert you through our WBRC News app. Now, here's Fred.
All right, so the article shows a 20-year-old woman charged with capital murder after a shooting at a Birmingham nightclub has been denied youthful offender status by a Jeffrey County judge. Kaylin Landon Sparks was arrested after 30-year-old Donica Renee Sills was shot and killed at a nightclub in November 2021. Sparks is scheduled to appear in court again on November 9th.
Well, we have an update for you. Breaking news we've been following this morning. This is a live picture right now. A double homicide investigation is underway in Birmingham as we speak. The shooting happened on 3rd Avenue North around 2 a.m. this morning. Police.
Dang, man. If you're outside in Birmingham, it's probably not a good look at this point. Double homie. It looks like it's outside of a club. Y'all gotta stay safe out there, man.
Police believe an argument at a food truck turned into a physical fight, which led to the shootings. At this time, no one has been arrested. Police are still there working the scene. We have a crew there right now who is asking questions, and once we learn more information or find out who the victims are, we'll update you on our website, WVTM13.com, and also here on air.
Well, the University of Alabama is looking into an incident in which wide receiver Jermaine Burton appears to make contact with a female Tennessee fan.
Appears to make contact. I mean, when I show you guys the video, the way that the media kind of softballs it appears to make contact. I mean, he smacked fire out that girl or mushed her head at the least. And I get it. Emotions are high. You were hoping for an undefeated season. Tennessee comes out there and they got dynamic players. They're making big plays and they're really giving you guys a run for your money. All for you to lose at the end of the game. It was a good game. Great game. And Georgia, we're going to have to see them. Jermaine Burton, he actually, used to play for Georgia, so I'm sure he's upset that, you know, Georgia's undefeated and he's not still here, and Alabama is taking that L. Okay, but tensions were high. Tennessee fans rushed the field, and he got into his emotions. He got into his feelings. We know that these light-skinned dudes definitely can do that. And he mushes a female glider Tennessee girl, probably a sorority chick, and she exposed him on TikTok. So let's watch.
While coming off the field following Alabama's Saturday loss inside Neyland Stadium, a video posted on TikTok appears to show Burton thrusting his right arm towards the woman's head as she celebrated the Volunteers' win, and then appears to have danced in the path of Burton as he was coming off the field as fans rushed Shields-Watkins Field. She could be seen holding her head while looking back at Burton afterward. Burton started every single game for the Crimson Tide since he transferred to Tuscaloosa from Georgia.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
So guys, here we are. We're going to play the video. And y'all know, I mean, these chicks love exposing dudes, especially football players. And this is her claim to fame now. He definitely shouldn't have done this, and she has all the right to expose it for sure. But guys, you cannot make mistakes like this, especially if you're an athlete. You can't make mistakes like this. There's cameras everywhere. It doesn't make sense. You have to be able to control your emotions. If you can't handle the field being stormed, man, you need to rush it to that damn locker room. So as you can see, Jermaine Burton is here, and the Tennessee fan is, I guess, dancing in his path. Maybe she said something to him. Maybe she said, "Ah, you guys suck." I don't know. But it doesn't give him the right to put hands and feet on Shorty. So she's in front of him, as you can see. And then he mushes her, gives her a good stiff arm, and then keeps it moving. Now she realizes that she was touched, and look, holds her head, turns around, identifies who it is. So not a good look for Jermaine Burton. Especially he put his hands on a female. She could easily press charges. You got to be smarter than that, guys. You got to be smarter than that. You can't make mistakes like this. I think it's something that he can overcome. Hopefully he can. But in the future, definitely got to get out of his feelings. They're going to blame it on the CTE. I don't know. He's kind of a slimy receiver, so he doesn't take that many brutal hits. I just think he was upset, got out of his emotions, and like I said, these light-skinned dudes tend to do that, and he put hands on a woman, which is unacceptable. I don't know how Alabama's going to seek to punish him, but the thing with football, they got other players, they got other stars, they got people they can put on the field in your place. So big mistake. Hope he learns from it. It's not a career ender. So, you know, he just needs to take accountability and keep it moving.
This point in the season.
It's both. It's both. And everybody responds differently. I think you're exactly right. But we can't continue to tolerate guys that aren't doing the things they need to do to be successful. You know, nobody's entitled to a position. You know, everybody's.
Yep, like I just said, I mean, Nick Saban will definitely sit his behind for something like this. Big mistake, man. There's no place for that at any university, but for sure not the University of Alabama. So, man, this is, I mean, to leave Georgia when things were going good, you win a natty, then he goes to Alabama. I don't know what was going down at Georgia that made him want to switch, but now you put your hands on a white girl and she exposes you on TikTok and you're benched now, bruh. Big L.
Earned the position that they're in by showing that they have the capability and ability to do it on a consistent basis. And that's something that you have to continue. And the grind of the season, being in the middle of the season, being a little bit hurt, tired, whatever, can't lose your focus on doing the things you need to do to continue to improve and get better, because other people are looking at your flaws too.
Yep.
So, you know, I told the players a little story about, you know, a carpenter has a special light that he
and that does, I mean, honestly, look, the reality of the situation is I don't know how many one-loss teams are going to be this year. Michigan is doing great. I think Ohio State's still undefeated. Tennessee's still undefeated. Georgia undefeated. I want to say Pitt. I didn't see their last week game. I'm not sure if they lost last week, but Pittsburgh undefeated. It's gonna be it's more competitive to get to that natty. So they're gonna be praying that teams are losing. And honestly, I think that if they're still in the SEC West, they lost in the East, but they didn't lose in the West. So I still think that they have a road to the natty, but it's gonna be tough. And if they're a one-loss team, they may not even get considered unless they beat. I mean, essentially, they're gonna have to beat whoever wins the SEC East, and that's going to be either Tennessee or Georgia, what it's looking like. So go Dogs. I hope that we're up there and we make them a 2-loss team, and then, you know, they can say goodbye to their chances at the natty. But we'll see, because the thing is, if Tennessee wins out and then they go and play in the SEC East, it's hard to beat a team twice. So that really puts the game in Alabama's favor. If they have to go and play Tennessee and play them twice, they might win. They might win it over Tennessee just because they felt that loss, they felt that L, and then that would bring them up. I mean, I can't wait to see what happens this year in college football. But Jermaine Burton's actions, definitely unacceptable.
Finish carpenter to see if the wood is exactly what he wants it to be. He's looking for flaws in the wood. Well, people are looking for flaws in you. All right, whether it's how you block, how you tackle, how you cover, whatever it is you do.
Off the field.
How we cover punts, whatever it is we do. And we have to be aware of that and know that we need to correct these things, all right, so they don't become issues for us in the future.
All right, so I do want to show you guys kind of what it looked like. I do want to show you guys what the scene looked like so that you can feel the tension. You can feel the amount of people that rushed the field. It was a pretty tight thing. So as you can see, people are rushing the field. I mean, they were coming fast too. We'll speed it up just a little bit so you can see. But they were getting the players out there. They were trying to get the players out there for their safety. I'm not sure if you can really see Jermaine Burton in this video. But, I mean, the fans were pretty innocent, pretty wholesome. They did tear down the field goal post. But I think relatively, you know, I don't know everything that went down, but I think overall they were pretty respectful. Can't have that at any football program. Putting your hands on a fan, it just doesn't work. I don't care where you're at. Big mistake by Jermaine Burton. Huge mistake, man. And I hope he learns from this lesson. Like I said, it's not a career-ending mistake, but I mean, it can definitely get you benched for half a game or maybe a full game. I don't know what they're gonna do disciplinary-wise, but I just want to show you guys that it was, you know, a relatively stressful situation for the losing team. You know, I'm sure you can imagine. But shout out to Tennessee. This is probably the only time I'll ever say this. Shout out to Tennessee. Good old Rocky Top. Okay, they were fighting with the police, it looks like, to bring the field goal post down. Because apparently they couldn't afford the damage to the field goal post, and they can't afford to fix their field, allegedly. But I don't know how true that is. I mean, you know, they might put out that headline and then a booster donate, like, you know, $1 million or something. So you never know if they actually can afford that or if they were just fishing for donations, which I think is more likely. But the police did what they can to keep the fans off the goalposts, to no avail. And good old Rocky Top, they tore that thing down, man. They tore that thing down.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work.